My name's Robert Hensley, 58, a plumber from Ohio. And I died, buried alive under 10 feet of dirt, my chest still for 17 minutes in a horrific trench collapse. On January 7th this year, I was working when the earth gave way, tons of black mud crashing down, crushing me, choking out my last breaths. I screamed, "God, save me!" But only darkness and dirt answered, smothering me dead. I thought I was done for, but then I saw Judgment Day, a blazing throne, trumpets tearing the sky, fire mixed with blood raining down, and a voice like thunder that brought me to my knees. "Robert, what did you live for?" I'm no saint, just a guy who grumbled at God every Sunday, mocking Revelation like it was a fairy tale. Dare to picture your own death? I came back from it, and this story ain't for the faint-hearted. I live in a small town, fixing pipes for over 30 years, hands rough from digging and wrenching. My wife, Ellen, sticks by me, even when I snap over bills we can't pay. We go to church weekly, but I never bought the Bible talk. Heaven, hell, Judgment Day. I figured it was just comfort for old folks nearing the grave. I'd sit in the backyard, puffing a cigarette, staring at the gray sky, muttering, "God, if you're real, why's my life such a damn mess?" Ellen would say, "Rob, you gotta have faith, God's listening." I'd brush it off. Listening to what when I slave away and still come up broke? That day, I went to the job site like always. The boss barked through the radio. "Rob, get down in the trench, check the pipe, quit dawdling." I put on my hard hat, climbed into the 10-foot deep hole, mud clinging to my worn boots. The excavator roared above, dirt trickling around me like light rain. I bent to fix a leaking valve, hand on it, when, boom, a deafening roar hit. The earth caved, not in chunks, but like a hill collapsing. I yelled, "Help me!" But dirt flooded in fast as a torrent, burying me in suffocating darkness. I thrashed, clawing the soil till my nails broke, but it pressed down, heavy as stone, crushing my chest. Air ran out. I coughed dry, lungs searing, each breath squeezed away. My pulse slowed, thump, thump, then stopped. My head spun, vision fading. I thought, "It's over, I'm dead for real." Dirt filled my mouth, I couldn't breathe, and darkness dragged me under. I heard coworkers shout, "Rob, where are you?" from afar, but it faded like echoes from another world. I sank into absolute silence, no pain, no fear, just nothing. But I didn't stay gone. Suddenly, I was standing, looking down at my body trapped in the dirt, limbs frozen in black mud. My hard hat peeked out, my water bottle crushed flat. Coworkers' voices carried, "Dig faster, he's down there." Shovels hit the ground, thud, thud. But I felt no cold, no hurt. A faint light appeared, not bright but chilling, like moonlight, through thick fog. It pulled me away and I wondered, dead, so why am I awake? What the hell is this? Then the scene shifted. I saw a burning field, red flames everywhere, black smoke billowing sky high, like the world was unraveling. Cries echoed, sourceless, like thousands screaming in despair. The stench of ash hit me, sharp and choking, panicking me. Is this hell? What did I do to land here? I wanted to bolt, but my feet were nailed to the scorched ground. Flames licked around, scorching hot, yet strangely I didn't burn, just stood there helpless, facing the horror. A howling wind rose, not normal, but like a storm's roar. From the smoke, a figure emerged, tall in white, face blurred as if veiled by light. Its voice was deep, icy, resounding. "Robert Hensley." I snapped, "Who are you? Get me out of here." It said, "I'm the guide. You've lived 58 years. For what?" The question stabbed my chest, where I thought life had stopped forever. I wanted to argue about slaving to feed Ellen, growling over money, dozing through church, but my throat went dry, words stuck. Memories flooded in, not my choice. Like someone forced me to relive it all. I saw myself in the kitchen barking at Ellen. "Where's the money for this bill? You think I print it?" I saw her turn away, quietly wiping tears, hands trembling with an old rag. I saw Sunday mornings, Ellen coaxing, "Rob, come with me," her voice soft. But I just sat there, eyes fluttering, nodding off through sermons about God's love. I saw nights I stumbled home drunk, sprawled at the door, Ellen lifting me without a word. I saw times in the backyard smoking, cursing life. God, where are you to let me live like this? I wanted to yell, "I ain't that bad. I tried. Damn it." But the figure said nothing more, just stared, eyes like fire cutting through every excuse. I felt small, like a kid caught lying. Then the scene changed again. I saw a throne, blazing so bright I squinted. Golden light surrounded it, not gentle but harsh, like a raging sun. Trumpets blasted, boom, boom, ear-splitting like Revelation 8:2. 7 angels with 7 trumpets stood before God. On the throne sat a form, faceless but so mighty I dropped to my knees, hitting the scorched earth. A voice thundered, "Judgment Day is here. Are you ready?" I shook, chest tightening, though I had no body to feel it. I looked around, saw fire mixed with blood falling from the sky like Revelation 8:7, and strange creatures, winged eyes all over, circling the throne like Revelation 4:6. 4 living creatures, full of eyes in front and behind. Terror hit me. Is this real? Where am I? I wanted to speak, beg forgiveness, list times I helped folks, but my throat locked. Then Ellen's voice came, soft amid the trumpets and fire. "Rob, you've got a chance." It was a lifeline pulling me from dread. I wanted to say, "Ellen, I'll make it right." But before I could, a fierce jolt yanked me back. The trumpets faded, replaced by digging, thud, thud, and cold air rushed into my lungs, sharp as a blade. I hadn't opened my eyes yet, but the air hit me, cold and cutting, rushing into my lungs with a sting that made me groan. My coworkers' yells pierced through. "He's alive! Dig faster!" I coughed violently, mud clogging my mouth, a bitter mix of dirt and blood nearly choking me. My limbs felt like dead weight, but the sound of shovels, thud thud, grew louder, breaking through the earth. A rough grip seized my arm, pulling hard, and I was dragged up from the trench, collapsing onto the cold ground, gasping desperately. The gray sky loomed above, hazy but alive. And I thought, I made it. God, I actually made it. But before I could settle, another light pulled me back, stronger, fiercer, and I was right where I'd left off, standing before the throne. The golden glare still blinded me, but now I saw more. 7 figures stood around it, each holding a massive trumpet gleaming like pure gold, just as Revelation 8:2 said, 7 angels with 7 trumpets. They didn't speak, just stared with cold, unyielding eyes. Around the throne, 4 bizarre creatures hovered, one like a lion, one a calf, one with a human face, and one an eagle, straight out of Revelation 4:7. Eyes covered them, glowing like headlights, fixed on me without blinking. I trembled, thinking, what the hell are these? Am I stuck in some nightmare movie? The voice from the throne boomed again like rolling thunder. "Robert Hensley, what did you live for?" This time it didn't just echo, it rattled my bones, each word slamming into me. I tried to answer, but memories hit harder, deeper, more painful. I saw my wedding day with Ellen, her radiant smile in a simple white dress. But then I saw myself leaving her alone on countless nights, picking whiskey over her company. I saw her sick in bed, voice faint. "Rob, stay with me a bit." But I brushed it off. "I'm busy, we'll talk tomorrow." I saw times I helped, giving cash to a broke buddy, fixing a widow's pipes for free, but they drowned under the weight of my selfishness, my temper, my neglect. I shouted, "I'm not perfect, but I tried. Don't judge me like this." The guide stepped forward, voice icy. "You don't pick the memories to excuse yourself, everything's recorded." I followed its gesture, saw a huge book floating open in the air, like Revelation 20:12. The books were opened, and the dead were judged by what was written. My name glowed there, scrawled in jagged lines. Every word I'd spat, every deed I'd done, from cursing a busted pipe to forgetting Ellen's birthday in a drunken haze. I shook, thinking, I'm screwed, done for. Then one of the 7 angels raised its trumpet, blew a long, shattering note. Boom. And fire mixed with blood rained down again, fiercer than before. The ground quaked beneath me, thick black smoke choking my lungs. The cries grew louder, like the whole world was crumbling. The guide said, "This is what you'll face if you don't change." I fell to my knees, yelling, "Give me a chance, I'll do better." It didn't answer, just pointed to the book. I saw the last line, "Robert Hensley, not yet finished." Ellen's voice cut through again, clearer now. "Rob, you've got to come back." I looked around, saw her, not real, but a faint vision, standing amid the fire and smoke, eyes sad, yet gentle. I screamed, "Ellen, I'm sorry, I'll start over." She smiled, whispered, "God's giving you a shot." Then a jolt hit, worse than before, like my soul was being ripped apart. The trumpets, cries, and fire faded, replaced by shovels, thud, thud, and my co-workers' shouts. "He's breathing." My eyes snapped open, cold air flooding my lungs like a razor's edge. So sharp, I groaned in agony. My co-workers' shouts roared, "He's alive! Pull him up now!" I coughed violently, mud packed in my mouth, the bitter tang of dirt and blood making me retch. My arms and legs were numb, but I heard shovels, thud thud, cracking the earth around me. A rough hand seized my arm, yanking me hard, and I broke free from the trench, collapsing onto the icy ground, gasping like a drowning man saved at the last second. The gray sky loomed overhead, blurred but alive, and to me, it was more beautiful than anything I'd ever seen. I thought, I'm back. God, I'm really back. They hefted me onto a stretcher, the ambulance siren screaming through the air. I caught bits and pieces. Heart stopped 17 minutes, no idea how he's alive. My head spun, images of the throne, trumpets, and Ellen's voice still sharp, like they'd just happened seconds ago. I rasped, "Ellen," but it drowned in the chaos. At the hospital, the doctor checked me, shaking his head. 17 minutes buried, brain should be dead. This is a miracle. I didn't answer, just stared at the stark white ceiling, thinking, miracle? Not when I've faced Judgment Day. Ellen rushed in, eyes swollen red, throwing her arms around me right on the bed. She sobbed, "I thought I'd lost you, Rob. I prayed nonstop, begged God to bring you back." I gripped her hand, squeezing tight for the first time in years, and said, "I'm sorry, Ellen. I've been wrong too much." She froze, startled, but didn't pry, just held me closer. I couldn't tell her yet. How do you explain flames, trumpets, and a book listing every sin? But I knew her voice. "Rob, you've got a chance," had dragged me out of that abyss. I left the hospital after 3 days, weak but breathing. Home felt different. I wasn't the old Robert Hensley anymore. I still snapped when rain flooded. The pipes still lit a smoke in the backyard, but something had broken open inside. I grabbed the Bible every night, flipped to Revelation, reading each verse without a scoff. I hit Revelation 20:12. The books were opened, and the dead were judged by what was written. And I shivered, seeing that giant book with my name scrawled across it. I read Revelation 8:7. Hail and fire mixed with blood fell to the earth, and the burning field flashed back, black smoke choking my throat. I muttered, "It's real, I was there." I started praying, not just mumbling to check a box, but for real. I dropped to my knees on the hardwood floor, pleading, "God, if you gave me this shot, I'll fix it. Don't make me face that again." I didn't know if God heard, but a weight slid off my chest. Sundays with Ellen at church, I sat up straight, soaking in the pastor's words, "God gives us time to turn things around before Judgment Day." I nodded quietly. I get it. I've seen it. That question, "What did you live for?" stalked me like a shadow that wouldn't quit. I didn't have a neat answer, but I started moving. I talked to Ellen more, no more shouting over bills. One night I asked, "Ellen, you ever hate me?" She gave a sad smile. "Sure, but I love you, Rob." I pulled her close, vowed, "No," more tears from me. I called old buddies, apologized for dropping them. I fixed a widow's pipes for free, though I'd once barked, "Pay up, lady." She thanked me. I shrugged. "No big deal. I owed you." I'm not a saint now. I still curse when a pipe bursts, grumble when Ellen forgets the lights, but I'm shifting little by little. I think of the guide, the book, Judgment Day. Was it real, or just my brain gasping under dirt? Either way, I'm here for something. I don't want to stand before that throne again. Book flipped open with nothing to say. One night I sat in the backyard, no cigarette, just the Bible in hand. I read Revelation 21:4. He will wipe away every tear, no more death, sorrow, or pain. I whispered, if that's true, I want there, but not yet. I thought of Ellen, the years we've got left, and told myself, live better, Rob. Don't stack more sins in that book. What about you? What's your life worth? If Judgment Day hits, what'll you say when your book's laid bare? I'm no preacher, just a plumber. But I saw something I can't unsee. I'm Robert Hensley. Thanks for hearing me out. If this shook you, share it, drop me a line. I want to know, how'd you live if tomorrow's your last?